Speaking of Maru being on your team, we've got a proxy Rex.
Right.
I thought this was very viable, very possible, and I think Scarlett will also know that this is very possible.
Look at where her Overlord's going.
Perfect.
Are you making a joke to me?
Oh,
right
wait. Okay, if it sees the other SCV though,
Everything about this is wrong.
It has a chance to see the SCV coming in.
I
This is so
even. I
It's gonna
can't
miss.
even. Is this going to be another robbery? No regret.
This seems like a mistake, I think. What a spot to put your Raxes, though. How often do you see Raxes there?
Never.
Yeah, that's smart. Do you
Clearly,
think, wait,
she's seen Raxes over in
you
that general
think-
area because
here's
that
my
Overlord
question
Scout
to
was
you, my
absurd.
good sir.
Yeah.
Do you think that Kier knows Scarlett's scouting pattern? He might actually
It's
know.
possible.
He might
Well, the
actually
thing
know.
is, here's the thing. He's on Jin Air, right?
Uh-huh.
So there is a possibility that he knows because it's hard to keep track of players when you're on your own, like everything about every player, because you just don't have enough time. But I mean,
Yeah.
they have a coach
There's
and
enough
stuff.
information
There's
to know
it
where your
is
builds are.
possible if you watch. Thing is, Scarlett plays enough tournaments. You can
Oh, this is so big.
just,
Okay, she knows it's a 2-Rax if she's paying attention. She should. She's not bad. Oh wait, it's 2-Rex Reaper.
Yeah. Well, if it's, I was gonna say the SCV going back is really weird because you would use that for bunkers and stuff.
Can you tell that it's 2-Rex Reaper already? Does she even know? Like, has she been paying attention? It's
I
so
don't
hard
know.
to tell. Okay, 4 links,
don't
2
know.
queens. I actually think 2-Rex Reaper's worse than bunkers, marines, and a factory.
Well, we've seen some of this really crazy Reaper play lately. Let's see like what the transition is here, like more Reapers or what. Wow.
Her control is so good right now. Spore there.
Yeah.
Spore there.
Oh!
If she would have spored there, she would have saved both drones.
2 dead.
3.
3 dead.
It's okay to lose some drones here. This is very committed from Kier. 3 drones on the way. I don't know if I like losing drones to build more drones, though. Okay. She has to build the drones, though, because if she doesn't, she will get run over eventually. This is a very technical defense.
Yeah, factory behind it, by the way.
I like it. I also like just like 5 Rexes. 5 Rex Reaper off of like 2
Oh yeah,
CC.
the 5-Rax is kind of neat right now.
Factory is interesting. Do you remember? Okay, wait. Do you remember when people would go Proxy Reaper, Rex Reaper?
Yeah.
I think it was Beyond, and then you get Medivacs eventually.
Yeah. And you get like +1 on the Reapers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And then other people tried to do it and they couldn't.
Oh, that transfuse was so close. Look at the energy on that queen. That was like split second. She was about to lose a queen there. I think she might just die though.
God, yeah, it's starting to feel like it.
And Reapers are still being produced 2 by 2. I'm gonna feel a little bit robbed of. I'm gonna feel robbed if the series ends like this.
Yeah.
Not only Scarlett, but me. Wanted to see a 2-hour game.
Because this is all about you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. 10 lings,
Third
couple
CC,
drones.
or rather, first CC on the way.
Okay, he's giving up.
It's
so
over.
at least she's not dying.
That was painful, though. Look at her
Yeah.
drone count. Lower than the SCV count right now.
Yes.
It's no fun.
The thing is with Scarlett, if you give her time to breathe, then she can get into a defensive posture. She could drag the game out to a point where she's no longer behind.
Yeah.
The question is Kier going to let her, establish that foothold?
What's his real follow-up here, right?
There's lots of
He's
options.
got 2 barracks way the hell out on the map.
It could be does he have a tech lab?
No.
Okay. Then there's not very many options. Okay, I think Hellion Reaper attack is going to be so strong here, though. Like, if we wait for 4 Hellions, she needs more queens.
How many queens does she have? 4 right now?
4 is certainly not enough if she has 4. 1 on the production, maybe 5. Maybe 5 queens can hold this with lings. Also, if he doesn't wait for the other 2 Hellions, then 4 Hellions versus 2 Hellions is such a big difference with lings.
Yeah. Yeah, she did just have that 5th queen finish.
Is that creep 2 we're going to finish? Is it going to finish?
Oh, no.
No. That's a big finish, too.
Oh, my God.
This is a really well played out game from Kier.
Yeah.
Like, he clearly has practiced this.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen this variant. Like,
I haven't either. Oh, the link's coming from the side. He wasn't expecting that, I don't think. Really nice control,
yeah,
though.
microed perfectly against it, it seems.
Yeah. I think he... Okay, losing one
Kind of
of
a
the
back
Hellions.
grenade there.
Yeah. The problem is these can jump in the main at some point. I don't know.
The Hellion can't, though.
Thanks, Sartos. You're right. Whilst, that was a great observation. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, this trade's starting to go really poorly. All the queens survive. I don't know where the Hellions are, but only 3 Reapers get out. She might. Okay, that's a lot of Hellions. Oh, please don't lose all your links here. Okay.
Some roaches on the way. A Cloak and Banshee coming up.
Yeah. Kier's really, like we said, he's not giving her time to come back. He's putting on the pressure constantly. This is what you should be doing if you're in Kier's position. 38 workers to 34. He's not giving her time to drone. He's not giving her time to tech. He's not giving her time to breathe. What do you think, Artosis?
Well, I think that here's the thing. Like, if this was a Protoss player that she was against, and this was a year ago, I'd say that she's dead. The series is over, right? Because her mentality would be destroyed from this. But yeah, no, I don't feel like she's going to die at this point. I mean, as long as she blocks these Banshees reasonably well, this coming up here, I just want to know if we're going to see mech from Kier, because if we see mech, almost certainly it'll turn into that super long game that she's quite good at, right?
I think it's actually best case scenario for Scarlett if it's mech.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It gives her that breathing room we were talking about earlier. Look at this.
And it's mech.
Okay, so she can actually play this out. If it's Bio, guys, the reason why we're talking about this is Bio has like this really strong timing attacks against Zerg where you hit with upgrades, you hit with tanks, you hit before like Hydras or Spire or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like all these options and windows where you can hit a really strong Bio timing. But mech has none of those windows. Their window is basically like max pushes and stuff like that where it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Sure, if you're ahead and you go for that mech push, it's going to be strong, don't get me wrong. But it'll give Scarlett time to react and
you
actually
can
get a foothold here.
You can get real greedy against mech.
Yeah.
There's a lot more wiggle room. You know, you and I have been talking about this, that, you know, maybe when you actually get damage done, just don't go mech. Just go into a bio timing. Have something like that set up in case of damage.
The only thing is if you go bio, you lose a lot of that pushing that he was doing earlier. But I think it's worth it. You can set up a good timing attack. It's a lot of Hellions. We see rotors for Banshees.
Yeah.
I like that play, especially considering we see roaches.
Pretty popular with the mech builds.
Yeah, it gives you some mobility while building up your strong army.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of safety. The
thing
damage
is those
output's
2
great.
Raxes feel really weird, but I guess who cares?
Those things are great at building add-ons, though.
And he's got 2 floating buildings, too, that he could use for, like, sightseeing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and building add-ons. You're right. They're like they're little add-on factories.
Yeah.
Never thought of it that way.
Also called barracks.
Add-on factories or barracks? Yeah.
Generally, they should be. Or a factory if you're not making any mech units.
You're right.
All right, so just kind of adding on all the tech right now, getting some upgrades. The 2 armories did finish, so we'll see that from here coming up.
What are your thoughts on the fact that this game is going this route? Like, I know that's a very general, like, question to ask.
Well,
but, like, I think there's some thought behind, like, the game playing out this way where, like, we saw, like, a Proxy Rax, Reaper, Hellion thing, and now it's going into mech.
Yeah.
Scarlett's kind of just, like...
I think that Kier came overall with a really great plan. But isn't he playing into things that Scarlett is strong at?
Now, right?
Now, yes. Like, the openings seem to be very, very good. I liked it. I think he did a great job there. Oh, my God, he's going to get it.
She actually saves the drone.
God.
He built it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying right now.
Yeah, so I feel like he's letting a game that he had an advantage in go into this. The thing is, it's a full plan what he has, and it's really strong, and it seems like it would be something that's good against Zerg in general and Kier is good at in general. But if you're really trying to play against the player, I feel like after this you're going into bio more likely. Not that she's not good against bio, but she's very prepared for a position like this.
Yeah, she's in a great spot now. Like, somehow. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, everything seems fine at this point.
Especially once we get this stuff going on with the night, because it gets even harder for Kier to actually move out and do stuff once stuff like this happens. Like, look, you have to lift the CC. Like, there's just so much time being bought for Scarlett that shouldn't even be possible. Oh my God, no. Okay.
That would be huge. That would be so big.
Yeah.
What a snipe that would be with your first set of locusts coming out.
If she went for that first, she would have gotten it, I think.
Yeah.
But she didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
Very interesting. We got a Hive on the way. Oh, melee. What do you think melee's for?
Well, I think that it's a better upgrade right now than getting the carapace. You don't really need the carapace here against mech, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So.
I mean, I just think, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it works for Bridlings, I guess. I don't know. It's just Zerglings in general. Let's not forget that style that we saw from Serral.
Look at this.
Late game.
Look at this. She's bringing her army to defend a Nidus.
That's awesome.
Okay, well, the only thing is the army doesn't actually shoot up, so she can't defend the Nidus, but it's fine.
Good try, though. I like the attempts at these Niduses.
Ooh, that's a nice Nidus spot. Is that patrolling? Is that army patrolling?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was a good scan.
Yeah.
He's not moving at it.
Oh, no, get back in.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
She might actually be able to get an upgrade here. She might be able to get it.
Ooh, but I think one
the
just
transform.
finished. Yeah.
Okay, she's getting an upgrade. Oh, never mind. She's not focusing.
Target.
Whatever.
Oh, well.
She might still get it.
It's still value. It's still value.
She might still get it.
No. What?
Did you say no?
Damn. Locusts do more damage than I remember.
Oh. What? File's actually hitting Rotor Banshees. So we're... Okay. Let's think about how this game develops now, right? Terran is going to be trying to get to a max, and the Zerg is trying to get to a late game army that can deal with a max. I feel like Kier's actually in a pretty bad spot right now.
Yeah, no, I kind of like where Scarlett's at. Here's the question. What type of game are we going to see out of Kier's late game mech, right?
Yeah.
Because we have seen a huge variety of how to play against late game Broodlord from mech players. We've seen everything from adding in ghosts in the late game from someone like TY to just trying to mass Thor Viking and try to just barrel it over. We've seen mass Cyclone, which was really weird.
It seems weird that he's adding on Cyclones even now.
Yeah.
It makes me think he wants to go for a timing, but I think Scarlett is pretty will shut that down pretty easily. The way I think, if I'm Kier and I'm you know, infinitely good, because obviously I would not win, I would have to play this long game, right?
What unit comp would you be kind of aiming towards? Because you know that she's going to go into Broods eventually.
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, I don't even know. It's a hard question to answer.
I don't think that it's been fully answered because we don't see that many games that
don't think
look
it's
like
Thor's.
this.
That's what we're seeing right now.
Well, we've seen it like work before, but in really weird. Like, remember Keen versus Scarlett actually on this map where it was like they both threw armies away like 3 times in a row. You remember this?
Are you sure that wasn't Maru?
I thought it was Keen's mech, but I mean, I
Might
could
have
be
been.
off.
I don't know. It's a lot of games.
There's a lot of games, man. It's hard to remember.
Oh. He started +3.
That's how confident he was.
This is going to be a really interesting game to develop because it's so far, Scarlett. The funny thing is, when we were talking earlier, it all happened. You know what I mean? Like, all the stuff we were saying,
Yeah.
all happened.
Yeah.
Like, giving her any moment, then she goes into the late game and she's playing her game now.
Yeah.
As soon as you give her any time to breathe. And now I don't know how you play this out if you're Kier.
Yeah, it is kind of in his ball because we know what Scarlett wants to do.
It feels
right?
like we had step 1, you know,
Yeah.
do the Reaper. Step 2, you know, Hellion Reaper harass.
Yeah.
Step 3 was
Banshee.
and then step 4 was question mark.
Well, step 4 was max out of mech,
Which
right?
feels like a question mark to me because that's what she wants to, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, stylistically, but I mean, against many Zergs, this will do all right.
Scarlett doesn't mind losing any.
Like, for instance, even against someone like Dark, I think that this would be an okay choice. You know what I mean? Wow.
Every bench.
Yeah, every Banshee.
Somebody got really excited there. Yeah, this feels really good. Look at this. Might actually get an upgrade. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow. Powers that rate down. Might be time to rebuild that armory, I swear.
So at this point, I don't think either player can attack. Like, the fully committed army, rather.
Yeah.
Scarlett definitely does not want to. I think Kier would probably be the most likely to do it, but at the same time, it would be really bad for him.
So, since the Speed Banshees died, like, there's very few harassment options. First off, I love this medium amount of Swarm Hosts that we're seeing.
Oh,
Get him back in there! But, yeah, I love the medium amount of Swarm Hosts that we're seeing and the harassment that continues. Like, I feel like they're being pretty worthwhile. Even this group of Ravagers, I don't hate. It kind of slows things. But what I want to see right now is Scarlett throwing Niduses into the bases all the time.
Look at this timing, by the way, with the Broodlords. Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Look at that, Artosis.
Well, I think, you know, we talked a lot about this, like when Cyril did something that was very Nidus-based instead of Broodlord-based.
Yeah.
I think that this is a great play. Especially,
Yeah,
we've
and
already
how
gotten
do you-
some melee attacks. Put Ling Bane out this even.
Oh, I don't know
Well,
about this one.
that
I don't know
but-
about this one.
Yeah, that's
This is real awkward. Oh, she brewed them.
Yeah.
What year is this?
This is so funny. What am I looking at?
Uh,
Shoot him out.
Yeah, you don't need to burrow those anymore, but I guess what do you, what do you even do?
Yeah, kind of a funny that some used up Swarm host came out of this, but okay. But no, I want to see these consistent Niduses going up, right?
Look at that. She's focusing the starport. Look at that.
Nice.
Actually gets it, too. Starport, picking off the starport is so good because she's going Broodlords. Where do you think you're
She's
going?
killing
for?
right now.
Yeah,
She's
she's
just
doing
killing
a
it.
really good job.
Yeah.
I can't believe this game started the way it did.
Yeah.
I almost wish Kira would have just gone 5 Rax Reaper, because I think that's one way you could really capitalize on those Reapers doing damage at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It's like Snowball, right?
Like 5-Rax Reaper, we have seen like Thermal using that in the, you know, doing over those, and
Yeah, they
that
look
was
good,
like very, very powerful. But like this was a very different build from that.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, it did well. So I'm fine with what the opening was, totally.
Okay, here's another question for you. Do you think that Kira goes into the series thinking it's possible that he loses this game with the Reaper thing, and that's just like acceptable, and then like maybe has like some more stuff planned for the other maps? Remember we were talking about throwing away games sometimes and like throwaway strategies. Like
But
maybe
he was in a
maybe for
lead.
example
He was in
she's-
a lead.
Yeah, maybe for example he's not comfortable in King's Cove, so he kind of wants to get that win and then play his map next, right?
Okay, but
I assume
do we have
Scarlett
Thunder
picked-
in here? Is
I'm not
Thunder one of our 3?
Sure.
Because it's going to be a similar story, I think, right?
Yeah, that's true. I just think that Scarlett probably picked King's Cove first, right?
I would imagine.
Okay, this is starting to get really scary. Nice blinding clouds there. I don't see any way.
I need more empty Swarm hosts going through Niduses. in this
Actually, did
game.
those blinding clouds miss both Thors?
I didn't
Oh.
see.
Oh, look at this! Look at this tank triangle.
Ouch.
Oh, I guess we're
Let
leaving
that one finish.
Yeah. Okay,
I
look
hope
at the
it kills the hatch. Oh, damn.
The game is not over by any means yet, but certainly going in Scarlett's favor as the game goes on.
Yeah,
6
like
more
Kira's continuing to expand, which is really nice.
It actually looks better than I thought it was, though. For a bit there, I thought
Yeah.
Kira just kind of gave away his army.
What do you think about the remaking of Ravagers?
I like it. I think it's fine.
It's
Like
neat.
Ravager Link is pretty good against Thors. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
So Ravager Link Bane.
If you use them very well and actively, I really do like the.
Also, like, would
Ravagers
you
here.
prefer, like, if you have roaches already, like, you definitely don't want roaches.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here comes, I think, a big Neural here. Neural's quite important.
Even a fungal plus
Fungal, yeah.
the bile. I mean, that's
There's
fantastic.
probably gonna see something.
Oh, awesome
That's
blinding
clearance.
clouds. Look
Yeah.
at these Thors.
Oh, look at that.
These Thors are so garbage versus that blinding cloud.
Oh, this is still scary, though. There's not enough support here, I think. She needs, like, links or something.
Yeah, the banks are not big, despite this being such a late game right now.
We're gonna get, like...
There's so much brawling going on. Look how many Thors are still left
yeah.
over.
This is interesting. You just go for it with Thors.
Yeah, again, we saw this like one time on this map, and I thought it was key
If her
for
army
Scarlett.
was lower tech, she actually would have crushed this, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, my
right.
God. GG.
Wow, what a weird game.
That was
We're
such a
having
weird game.
amazingly, awesomely weird games today.
Yeah, that's such a weird game to call. Like I said, if her army was actually lower tech, she would have won. Her army was too high tech for that army composition. Like, the Broodlords were basically useless. Blinding Clouds were fine, but there were actually just so many Thors. Ravagers weren't great support because she didn't have enough of them. So if she had skipped Broodlords and had more army, like just more mass, like imagine that's
But that's
like,
how you force the Thors at that point,
Okay,
right?
build
Because
3
if you're not
Broodlords
doing
then,
that,
not
'cause,
6.
like earlier on,
Yeah.
Kira had 10 siege tanks, you know?
Yeah.
And then like you use the Broodlords to clear that, and then you sell the Broodlords, and he makes the Thors to counter, and it's, you know, there's this
Yeah.
cycle going on of switching up your units as well.
Oh, we do see Thunderbird as set 3, by the way.
Oh, that was actually his choice. King's
Okay,
Cove.
so I guess he had that strategy
Damn,
planned
okay.
on Kings.
Yeah, and Thunderbird is third, so
Acropolis. Huh.
all right, let's
yeah.
go to map 2. I mean, I'm ready for it. We're having some great games tonight. Go.
Boy, go. is where you go 3 Rags Reaper.
Gotta do the 5.
Jin Air Green Wings. Cure.
This isn't the right map for it anyways.
Yeah. Currently on the ropes, our Canadian Zerg player.
Newbie. Scarlett.
Yeah. Hard day for Scarlett so far.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough group.
If I'm Scarlett though, and after last game, I feel like I'm in a great spot though. Like, it does feel bad to be on the ropes, but at the same time, that game, she was in such a bad spot multiple times.
Yeah.
It felt like a bit of an advantage was squandered, possibly because of the aggression. Like, her Broodlord's quite offensive. She does this actually quite a bit.
Yes.
Remember we
She
did
tries to
Maru
end it.
Scarlet?
Yeah.
She did the same thing with her Broodlords, and then she flipped the switch and was like, you know what, I'm never moving out with my Broodlords ever again. And we had a 2-hour game.
Yeah.
I don't see why she had to be so aggressive with her army. What do you think?
Yeah, this is exactly what we saw, and forgive me if I'm wrong on this Scarlet versus Keen thing, but on that map, I believe you and I went over it actually, where it was exactly the same thing, where it seemed like she was way ahead, she kept attacking with Broodlords, eventually got cleaned up, and then like a Thor Cyclone counter eventually killed. But there was like 3 army wastes back and forth in low banks, very similar to that, and then eventually, you know, the mech player overwhelmed with the rally up.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's like, I think that she gets into positions where she thinks she can finish.
Yeah.
And
she goes for it.
It's
and
not
throws away the
not
edge.
as true. Like, it's hard to know when you can finish someone. And it's funny because we talked about how with that advantage, maybe he should have gone bio and gone for a finish.
Oh.
I think it's hard to finish his Zerg though too.
You know how annoying that would have been if the Reaper actually got on top of that?
Very annoying.
Yes, that's the right answer. Artosis, thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, you're welcome. Your question was really good, so I could give you a really good answer.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I'm wondering, okay, she's not mining at all. Do you know the difference? Oh, never mind. I was gonna ask you, do you know the difference between like 1 guy on gas versus like none?
4 gas per trip.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna answer really dumb, so I didn't want to ask it. I meant for like implications for the long term, but
what is the implications for long term?
Well, implications we're gonna make a ton of queens, that's for sure. That's about it. That's the only implication there is. Just a ton of queens. Slower lair, obviously. Generally means you're
things that cost gas you can't make it.
Yeah, that's true. You build a lot more drones.
Yeah.
Build a lot more queens. Probably not going to do any all-ins.
Probably not.
Yeah. Would make any sense. You'd have to
pretty
be
hard to make that work.
Walk queens across the map or something.
Take a while.
You're only all-in.
Got to spread that creep over there to be quicker. Ooh!
Wow. Battle cruisers.
Yeah.
Excited? Actually, I think this is great for Scarlett. Opening up.
Well, I'm just excited to see him again because it went from completely broken and no one ever doing it again. What's the last battlecruiser game that we saw? Was it Cyril versus Special?
I don't think we haven't had a chance to see it in GSL in a long time. So yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the last one. So
if we don't count challengers, because I don't know if challengers we had it.
There's a possibility, but like
I don't watch enough challengers. Do we see it at Home Story?
I didn't see any games.
There's so many games at Home Story. I imagine somebody did Battlecruiser
well,
at Home
I
Story.
mean, TY and Cyril played quite a few games.
TY.
I don't know if there was actually battlecruisers. I didn't see all of them.
All right, we got a lair. I always found that the easiest way to tell someone's going battlecruisers is by their Hellion play. Because when you play with Hellions and battlecruisers, you can't lose them.
Yeah.
If you lose your Hellions and you blink your battlecruiser across the map, you're just asking to lose the game. Like, you have literally nothing. He's being a little bit more aggressive even than most battlecruiser players do with their Hellions. But, yeah.
Is there not something about the wall that can give it away too?
He's getting Yamato.
Yeah, it means more than one PC.
Yeah. I wonder.
You know the difference between Yamato and no Yamato, no regret?
I do. It's
Cool.
building more than one PC. You trying to mimic me by asking questions?
It's the sincerest form of flattery.
Mirroring?
Huh?
Mirroring?
Yeah.
Copying? Yeah.
Imitation.
Imitation. All right, so I'm curious. How many battlecruisers? So there's a couple ways we can do this. We do this like 1 battlecruiser, 2 battlecruiser, and then play. normal, or it's like battlecruiser, 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 like the whole game.
Well,
right?
I think it's going to be pretty steady battlecruiser.
This is so far a perfect response from Scarlett.
Yeah.
You don't want to commit too many queens here because then you have to deal with the Hellions and other stuff. Maybe these queens could have backed up a bit faster.
Not perfect fighting, but more queens come up. It's all right.
Yeah. That Overlord is dead. One more battlecruiser. I'm so curious to see if this is like 2 battlecruisers and stop, or if this is like constant battlecruiser production.
I think it's going to be kind of like Juan was playing
Yeah,
a while
that's
back.
how Juan plays, right? With
Yeah.
constant BC production.
Yeah, they're really, really constant. Because see the second fact? Yeah, this is going to be like BC all game, I think. Like defensive mech units, and then just like lots of BCs. I actually really like that style.
2 drones. This is looking kind of scary. Oh, no. Okay, she's stacking them up. 10 drones go down. This is more drones than any battlecruiser. But the thing is, you have to respect the battlecruiser, so you can't have all your queens down here.
Yeah. The battlecruiser comes out.
10 drones, 65 to 55. She's not in a terrible spot still, but it doesn't feel good.
Well, she's okay for now.
It's the 3rd battlecruiser.
Spire coming up.
She should be able to tell what this is, though. Like, scouting that starport's still in a tech lab, and there's 2 battlecruisers already out. She should know what this is.
Yeah, especially as the
It's not
Yamato
like
hits, I think
Not
it
like you're
gets
like,
away
I'm
too.
going to build a Banshee now or something like that, right? It has to be a battlecruiser.
Yeah, even a Raven right now I think would feel a little bit weird.
Yeah. I find it really interesting that he didn't bring that BC home to repair it.
Yeah, I thought he would because it just sat there for a very long time.
I wonder if we see Yamato and then teleport now.
Yeah, I
Looks
think
like
so.
Or we don't. Okay, there it is. Maybe no teleport. Feels so bad.
Teleport eventually here. All right, Speedbane's ready here for these Hellbats.
This is great, by the way. Bane's. Oh! Look at all these queens.
Yeah. Have to jump
Oh!
out of there pretty quick.
She's so good. This stuff is really, really good, guys. Like, imagine no counter damage whatsoever, and she's on the back foot constantly. It's so much worse than being able to do some counter, something that catches your opponent's attention, something that forces your opponent to respond while you kind of get some breathing room.
Yeah. But I would say that here, like,
Whoa.
he's not finding as much damage as he's used to, I
Whoa,
think,
whoa,
with this.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
what are
whoa.
those mutas all about?
Why?
I kind of like it.
Why? I hate it.
Why? Why do you hate this?
Mutas are so bad.
They aren't for fighting the BCs.
Oh, they're terrible fighting BCs.
Yeah. So I think that what you're doing here is you're just flying in the main base and dealing
Wait.
damage. Yeah, no, you
Okay,
just
maybe it's
harass
not
with
that-
these and then
maybe-
defend with Queen. I like it a lot.
There's no engineering bay, too. And Lingbane Muta is actually not bad against Cyclone Hellion. It's not ideal.
So you're a Rainer guy, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. That's how it should be played. The problem is that Muta is like, they have to hit this window where they're useful, and like if they don't hit it, they come really bad. Another thing too, though, is no engineering bay.
No, I like the
Oh,
mutas.
no, there is, there is.
Stay away from the BCs, but just some harassment with these mutas right now.
You can put a BC in each mineral line.
Yeah, but the BC won't. You can like really wreck the SCVs then.
Yes.
You could just suicide the mutas at that point.
Well, you can't do that.
No, I mean if he's just sitting there trying to defend
Suiciding
with one
14
BC in each.
mutas. There goes the 4
Mutas.
mutas.
So funny.
Yep. 400 gas, 400 minerals down, right there. So maybe Muta's not the best, but I like the idea. I just
You
find
didn't
that
like the idea.
no,
you didn't like
you're
it
right.
at
I don't
all.
like the idea either.
Don't you sugarcoat
I can
this.
see why you would do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the idea. It hasn't done anything yet, but I like this idea.
Yeah.
Okay, Roach Warren on the way. Maybe getting a little bit nervous about
Whoa.
what's occurring here.
If
Definitely going to see more low-tech units this game.
I wonder how these BCs play out. I feel like they haven't been as aggressive as they could be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess the mutas are forcing them to be home a little bit. Like there's
This
a
would be a
background.
good time to jump across the map, I think.
No, you can't blink across the map.
Yeah,
that's
you
for
can.
sure.
Because
No.
the mutas can't actually fight them, right? And you know because these
Oh.
mutas, there's no neural or anything yet. Defensive jump.
Oh.
Okay, look at this move. This is nice until the Thor. Ooh.
Yeah, this
And
is
the
really
other
nice.
Thor. Oh.
The amazing flick.
Oh.
You're right, Artos.
I liked it at first until the Thors. It was good. It was good
You're
until
right.
the
You're right,
Thors.
Artos. That was
the
that was
Thors were
pretty good.
standing there. That was really good.
Okay,
You take those Thors out, all the
Artos,
SCVs are dead.
This is what a good move looks like.
Okay.
See that? That's a good move.
Looks good.
How do you like it?
Okay, here they come again.
Yeah,
Yeah, the mutas have been a little bit underwhelming.
definitely.
I'll give you that.
Oh! Okay. That's really
This is
bad.
how you lure Cure to attack you.
You think?
Yeah.
What if she did it on purpose?
You lose all the units to make Cure attack you.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, you can drop mules.
I should just drop mules onto the banelings. 25 workers went down. 77 to 63. I mean, she's in a great spot economically. The problem too with mutas is they're not a backbone unit, right?
Yeah.
If Kier ever gets the courage to push out across the map, the mutas are really useless. You have to
Well,
trade
they can't
them before
engage
then.
anything. Like, yeah, you're trying to keep them home with these.
I wish that those infestors still existed.
Yeah, me too. Especially with Neural about to finish up. 3
Yeah.
Neurals is very much better than no infestors at all.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a really hard push to defend. Not
Yeah.
impossible, but
Well,
really
the
hard.
BCs are an issue here, a real issue.
Yeah, and all those
with 3
mutas,
Neurals,
are those
this would
mutas
be
in
so
the
much
top
better.
right right now doing literally nothing? I think they are.
I believe so.
If she had those Neurals, it's possible.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't know about this one. Mutas are not doing anything.
Yeah,
Okay, they're
pathogen
there.
glands wasn't done, so like Neural is a long way off right now, I think.
That's a dead base. Okay, this is
I mean,
nice.
good Baneling harass.
I can't believe Kier actually splits.
Oh, Neural's arm ready.
oh.
Never mind. Nice.
If she had a better base army, she could have dealt with this, I think.
Yeah.
But her base army was just so bad.
It was pretty weak there.
Alright,
BC's
this is
just
gonna
clean
be
up.
it.
Yeah.
Scarlett, yeah, there's no way Scarlett can actually clear this up, I think, anymore. 2 Thors, 4 Hellions, 4 battle cruisers. I really liked Kier's strategy the entire game. Constant battle cruiser production.
Yes.
It was basically sound. I think there's no point in this game where I felt Kier made a mistake with his army composition.
Yeah, compositionally, I think it was like really, really well done. I think he could have been caught off guard by the mutas a little bit more, but it didn't turn out that way. Yeah, Scarlett can't quite clear. The BCs are just adding way too much to this right now. 10 Corruptors on the way. Obviously, they're just going to jump out when the Corruptors come.
I mean, yeah, even if Scarlett can muster up an army to deal with this right now,
Yeah.
the game is already.
She's still got like
finished.
an okay drone count.
The problem is that the next wave.
Wait, did these jump 2 here? Okay, yeah. He messed up on not jumping.
Oh, one's gonna die. Never mind.
Oh my god,
Yep.
are you kidding me?
That was like a split second. Now these are gonna.
That
be
thing
built up.
couldn't be less health.
170 supply to 100. Scarlett has no money anymore. Smaller economy, a smaller army, and a worse army at that.
God.
Feel-
These units still left alive. I mean, this is just about the end, unfortunately, for Scarlett this season.
Yeah. Yeah, we should see the GG any second now. Any minute now.
Yeah, there it is.
GG.